Yeah? What do you think? So, today is Sunday, and I don't have to be at work until tonight at 8, which thank Jesus for that, because after yesterday, I'm very, very tired. Very tired. Um, which my hairdresser did warn me that it was going to be a very lengthy process, which I guess if we had gone consecutively with it, it probably wouldn't have taken until 10 o'clock last night. But she had this little girl who had a school dance last night who was coming to get her hair and her makeup done. So, and there was kind of obviously a time constraint for that. So there was a few hours that we just kind of had to wait a minute on this, which was fun. I enjoy spending time with my hairdresser. Um, it's the best therapy. I don't know how y'all with y'all's hairdressers, but I've always said, people will tell their hairdressers things that they won't tell their own friends because it's just a kind of a sanctuary type deal. But thank Jesus that I normally take very good care of my hair and I condition it a lot because this kind of process it does kind of take a toll. It takes a little toll on your hair about it, and which I've been box coloring it for about a year now. Which is I know that y'all hairdressers, I know how y'all feel about your box colors, but you know I'm a busy gal. I couldn't always make the time to go get the brown or whatever put on it, and so yeah. But anyway, I think considering she did a great job. Now, like all this silver, this part it didn't lift to the extent that we would have liked. But when you factor in the fact that I am a dark-headed person, which granted the gray is taking over. I had box color on it, and I typically have dark hair. To get it to this is kind of a big deal, and it took a lot to get it to this. My scalp actually is burnt today. You can't really see right here. It's sore. Oh my god, which I knew it would be years ago when I used to bleach it. I'm just a very sensitive kind of gal, and but she had to put, it's called a soap cap, and it's like bleach with like conditioners and stuff mixed in to protect the hair, and that took it to that lovely orange, and then she bleached it again, and then she toned it, and then she colored it. So that's a lot of processing for one day's time. So when it was finished, it was like, oh man, that didn't lift as much. But she said the next time we do the coloring, where we're already starting with something light, we'll get it. It'll all be silver. So nonetheless, I'm pleased. I think that yeah, it turned out good. I did like the blonde, because it was a blonde for a hot minute, and I kind of like that too. But I just stick with the gray. That was the plan. So, but anyway, I didn't get home until 10:30, almost 11. I stopped on the way and got dinner. Ate it in the car because I was like, if I go home and sit down to eat, no. My goal was to go home, brush my teeth, and get in bed. So I ate dinner on the way home, and I was just worn out. And I know she had to be too. But she owns her own salon. It's in Paintsville for all you local peeps. And it's down by the Mountain Manor. Actually, if you turn in like you're going to the Mountain Manor, look there on the right, and you'll see the sign. She does good work, and she's funny. She's a lot of fun. So enough about my hair. I was kind of looking on the Facebook today, and just kind of, I'm such a people watcher, and I was actually telling my hairdresser last night because we were commenting and talking about the fact that so many of you were commenting on the hair and wanting to see the hair, and I said, as much as I work, this is my social time. Some people go to family gatherings or cookouts or bars or parties and stuff to hang out with their friends. I never get to do any of that because I'm always working. So Facebook is my bar, my party, my social gathering. So, but it was just so much fun to see what everybody had to say, and it did make me happy, and it made what was already a fun and exciting day even more fun, And she kept asking, "Well, what are they saying now? What are they saying now?" So it was good. Um, but what I'm saying is, I look at what everybody's doing. I may not always say stuff. I may not always comment, but just know and understand that I peek in. I'm a voyeur, and I see what people are going through. And I've kind of noticed sort of a common thread, and this is occurring with, obviously some of my friends, some of my family, even, and that is folk having the relationship issues. And I don't know how much of it is the time of the year, and I think sometimes in springtime, I think springtime and fall time are when you find a lot of people have relationship issues. And I just wonder, I mean, is it directly related to the time of year? I don't know. Um, and when I see people having problems, it it just kind of makes you want to sit back and think. And like my hairdresser and I were talking last night, I said, because I said something to her about her situation, and she said, "Are you sure you're not a psychiatrist?" And I said, "Isn't it funny how we can fix everybody else's mess, honey? We can tell everybody how to manage their life and their relationship and their situation, but honey, we can't do shit for ourselves. Our own lives are a mess." And I think that's true. That's true. We can never take our brilliant advice and apply it to our own life. But seeing people go through relationship stuff, it makes me, like, I was thinking this morning as I was sitting out on the balcony having my coffee, and I thought, God, how great would it be to go back to a point in your life where relationships they were fun, they weren't complicated, there wasn't all this yuck and drama, and you hadn't been completely scathed, or jaded or hurt, and you were still trusting, um and relationships were easy. They weren't serious, they weren't, um it's amazing. And I said in our 20s, we don't know shit. We know nothing in our 20s. We think we do. We think we got a pretty good handle on things, but we don't. Uh, by the time we hit our 30s, we've kind of been around the block a little bit, had some things happen, but we don't notice a big drastic change. Then the 40s roll around. We've been knocked down more times than we care to admit, and we begin to notice that we've changed. We begin to notice that no longer are we, these dewy-eyed romantics of our 20s that are like, now we're looking around the corner for what's going to happen. We're waiting to see who will hurt us and when they're going to do it, and that's a horrible, horrible way to live. Um, I have said before, in my past relationships, I carry a lot of baggage. I can recognize and tell you, my friends, that I'm a very damaged person. I hide it pretty well most of the time, but who among us isn't damaged? You know, who among us isn't broken to some extent? And I think sometimes it's a slow and steady road to unbreak ourselves. There's nothing wrong with being broken. I mean, it happens. Stuff breaks. But the measure of your success is in how you fix it. Do you know what I'm saying? How you bounce back and how you fix it and how you try to regain that part of your youth that just made you so optimistic. And I want that kid back. I want her back. I want the one who saw the good in every single person and who trusted every single person. I want her back with a few minor changes, just a little more caution maybe. But I think the thing that happens to us in our 40s is that we get to the point that we're ready to settle down. We just want to be happy. You know, we just want that other half of us. You know, we want that the security that comes from knowing that there's that one person in the world who has got your back, no matter what. And that's a wonderful, comforting feeling. You know, to have that sort of connection with another person. You know, and it's sad to me when you see these people who have been together for a very long time, and you see what they have or what they had just disintegrate, and that makes my heart sad because I guess I'm one of these type people that I guess I feel, which I take a different approach to relationships anyway. I'm one of these type people that, and when it comes to the relationship times, you do everything that you can to make it work. I think sometimes you're going to have fundamental differences with people, and that's going to happen from the jump. You may not see it at the time, but I think sometimes you can meet a person, and they could be a great person, but there's just something that doesn't mesh or click, and then it's just never going to work. I'm talking about people who have that connection and have made that connection and have this really wonderful whatever whatever, and then it just goes tits up. And I've always been one of these type people that you hang in there until you cannot hang no more. And at some point you have to decide, okay, I can't, you know. But it just makes me sad to see people that have been together in relationships for years and years and years and years and years, and for it to just, be gone. It's sad. It's sad to me. And so, how do you fix that? How do you hang on to something like that? I think sometimes people just get so tired. They just get so tired and figure, well, I'll just give up. You know, um, or you'll have these people that are like, well, the grass is greener on the other side. Well, guess what? It's not greener. And if it is, still needs mowed. You still got to fertilize it. I don't know. All I know is that it takes two people to do anything, and I've got a cousin right now who is going through some stuff, and I don't know all the details, and I haven't been. I am a nosy person, but I've not really been nosy with her to ask all the details, which I probably will when I see her. They're like, bitch, sit down and tell it. Um, but I know that she's trying to find her way through it, and I think sometimes when someone does us wrong, we search for why. We want to know why, and I've been guilty of it in the past myself. And I think sometimes that's not an answer for us to have or for us to know. You know what I'm saying? Because I think sometimes it doesn't have anything to do, with us. If somebody decides they don't love us and they don't want to be with us anymore, that's a decision that they've made. And I think sometimes it's an exercise in futility for us to figure out the why, because sometimes they don't have a why. Sometimes it's just something within them. You know, my head hurts. If you think about getting this done, just understand that it's going to take a hot minute. And if you have sensitive skin, it's gonna hurt. Because I know a couple of you were like, I'm gonna get that done. Well, I hope you're hard headed. But anyway, I don't know. Like I said, relationships, that's something that we can sit and talk about for hours, or at least I can, for hours and hours and hours. Because I do think too much. I am the most analytical person I think that you will ever meet. And the way my mind works, I'm constantly looking for, logic, and I'm guilty of why. Why do they do that? What makes people do this? I'm constantly trying to figure out what makes people tick, and I guess it's a hobby. I don't know, but sometimes it makes you crazy. Sometimes you just need another hobby, like looking at my hair. I'll look at my hair all day. I can make a hobby out of that. So I just don't know about it. On the weight loss front, I have been steadily doing well. I haven't been doing my walking and stuff. I've been really really tired. the past couple of weeks, just from working, and I keep meaning to go walk or do this, that, and the other, and sometimes it comes down between a nap and a walk, and the nap's gonna win. I'm sorry, the nap will win every time. So, but I will tell you that I have been doing very good with my eating, and I even found these turkey burgers that are already made, they're already cooked. I think I got them at the Walmart's, and they're very lovely. They're 4 to a package, and they don't have that many calories, and the fat and stuff is all within, And they're a lovely little thing, and they're actually a little bit better than the vegan burgers that I used to get. I kind of think I burnt myself out on the vegan burgers. I've got like 3 or 4 boxes in the freezer right now that I'm relatively sure are freezer burnt and will have to be thrown away. But you know what? If you can have little things like that, and just maybe then have a cup or two of vegetables to go with it, that's dinner. I love to cook. Don't get me wrong, and I can spend all day cooking. But what I found is that when I cook, I love to make, and cooking is like therapy for me. But when I do it, I like to do things like homemade spaghetti sauces and meatloaves and stuff of that nature. And that's not always the healthiest stuff in the world. So um, I've never gotten as much fulfillment or enjoyment about cooking healthy stuff. I mean, I get excited when I think, "Ooh, that tastes pretty good and it was healthy." But there's just something about making like your mother's recipes or stuff like that that takes all afternoon, and they're incredibly unhealthy. Delicious, but unhealthy. So I'm chipping away at it, people. I'm trying. It's a work in progress. Honey went to the store the other night. I was at work and we finished up at the hospital. Stopped by the Walmart's and I got I can't even remember. Salad and that yogurt, cucumber or shit, avocado cilantro dressing that I got, and salad and all this healthy stuff. My water. I come out to the truck and there sits my partner with an entire box of donuts on his lap, and he looks at the look on his face is like the little kid who got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. And I just started dying laughing. It was hysterical. I said, "You mean to tell me that I just spent 10 minutes going in there and getting all this healthy stuff, and I'm going to come out here and you got an entire box of donuts?" And I told him, he started laughing. And I told him, I said, "The only thing that would have made that any better is if I came out and you had like chocolate smeared on your face." He said, "Well, if you'd have come out here 2 minutes earlier, you'd have seen that." So, but of course he offered me one, and I wanted to punch him in the face and take that whole box of donuts from him because I love, but I didn't. And even when we got back to the station, he left them over in the bay, and I actually saw them sitting on the table in the bay on Friday, and there was a blueberry one. Blueberry cake donuts are, well, they're pretty awesome. And I wanted one so bad, but I didn't have it. I didn't have it. So I had salad with mushrooms and that yogurt dressing, and I got up and had my little eggs in the morning. And today I had scrambled eggs and a turkey burger, just the patty, no bread, nothing like that. So I'll get there. Change my hair, get dinner, get back on track. And I'll tell you something else, ladies. We were talking about this at the shop yesterday. Wear your makeup. And I'm talking as much to myself as I am to everybody else. I know sometimes we get depressed. We get to feeling mighty low. But you know what? Take a shower and put your makeup on. Honey, get your smell goods out. Spray yourself down with them. Put your makeup on. And you know what? It'll make you feel better. I promise you. You know, I had not worn makeup for probably 3 weeks. And then I finally put some on at work the other day. And it really did. It kind of gave me a lift. So yesterday when I went to get my hair did, I made sure to put my makeup on. And I don't have to be at work until 8 tonight, but I got up today and took a shower, put my makeup on, which granted I'll take another shower and redo the makeup before I go to work. And I'm just at home today. I'm not going nowhere. But I got dressed and I put my makeup on. And it makes me happy. So I'm going to turn me some music on. I'm going to light me some candles. This house, I have got more clothes than Carter's got liver pills. That's, I think, what is overwhelming me so bad right now is all these T-shirts and this. And the crazy thing is, I never wear them. I can go 3 weeks without doing laundry. I have to wash uniforms, but I don't go anywhere. And I have so much underwears that I could go forever without doing laundry because that's all I wear is underwears and a bathrobe. I mean, not to the store. I don't go to Piggly Wiggly like that. I'm talking at home because I never leave. I never go nowhere. So why do I have all these clothes? Where have they all come from? I don't know, but I need to organize them. So I read a little something online today about how to really organize your stuff. So I'm going to see if I can't put some of that into practice before I have to go to work tonight. So, all right, there you go. 21 minutes worth of all sorts of awesome rambling, all sorts of disorganized thoughts. I hope you enjoyed them. And yeah, there it is. So y'all take care, behave, be nice to one another. Just be nice, be kind, hug somebody, go up to a stranger and hug them. They might need it. They might be having a bad day, and they might need that hug. Now, don't be grabbing no boobies or nothing like that because you can get in trouble. I think that there's some sort of law about booby grabbings, but hugs, fair game. You can do it. Yeah, I'll see you.